So welcome. Today on our floor tricks session, we're looking at working on our chin stands. Woo! So I'm very excited about this. We haven't done this for a while, so it's been a few weeks since we've done our first set. So we'll go through all of the info as if we're doing it for the first time, just so that it can help refresh and recap all the info you're doing for the first time. Then that's also good. As I said before, not sure if you caught it, you want to grab yourself like a chair or a sofa or have access to a wall. So when you do one of the exercises, you can put your feet a little bit higher. So using a sofa, bed, wall, like one of those puffs that you put your feet on, it's all fine. And it's raise your feet. Really wonderful. Let's get cracking. I'm not going to pop any music on, but if you would like to put your own music on, feel free to pop that on to have a fun session. Okay, finding yourself a nice space, feet nice and wide, and we're going to take 4 big deep breaths in, lifting the arms up as we go. Number 1, lifting it in, and then exhaling it out. Lifting it up, and letting it all out. Number 3, release, and number 4, last one, and letting it all go. Lovely. Standing it up, shoulders back, obviously, and lift yourself from one side to the other. Just feeling that gentle transition of your weight, moving gently from one side over to the next. Lovely. Hold yourself to one side, lift up the ankle, circle your foot round, keep tapping the direction, and then switch over to the other way. Wonderful. Switch over to the other leg, circle around the ankle, and change direction. Perfecto. Leg number 1. Lift it up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Switch over to the other leg, lifting it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it out to the side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To the back for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Rolling around the shoulders, just gently to begin with, nice small circles, and then taking it a little bit bigger, leading with the elbows, feeling a bit of a stretch in the hips, in the shoulders, and the front of the chest. Lovely. Just the shoulders on forward. Beautiful. And then taking it bigger, forward swimming. Nice big swim strokes. Lovely. Reaching out nice and high. Moving one arm forward, one arm back. And as always, if this feels a bit weird, isn't quite working, your arms on the top, take it nice and slowly instead. Perfect. Take it back to the top, change direction. Other one back, other one forwards. Good work. And then letting the arms go. Nice soft knees, wrap yourself round. Feel a twist in the back, floppy arms, floppy fingers. Lovely. And we're going to back to front. Keep your hips and everybody's facing forward. And then we're just going to twist the upper body. So twisting from side to side, but just the upper body. So keeping your hips square to the front. Perfect. Lovely. And then from here, everything from shoulders down, stay still. Just moving the head from left to right. Perfect. Just feeling that bit of a stretch in the neck, getting a bit of movement. Lovely. And then taking the gaze up to the sky and down. Sky and ground. Lovely. And over to the shoulder. And taking it up and over to the other side. Up and over. Up and over. Lovely. And then we're just going to take it round in a circle. So pinning all of those points together. Sky, shoulder, ground, other shoulder, sky, shoulder, ground, other shoulder. So just starting to feel a little bit more fluid. Obviously, when we do a chin stand, there's quite a big bend in the back of the neck. So it's just making sure we're nice and warmed up. Lovely. And change direction. Just easing around. Nice and gently. Lovely. And then taking yourself back, head on top. Lovely. Give the shoulders a little wiggle. From here, we're going to pull our shoulders up to our ears and push them down. Push pushing it down, lifting it up, pushing it down, double time. Lovely. And then take the palms up to the sky, still keeping that bend in the knees, opening out the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades together at the back, and then round and separate. And open, and open, and open. And this time moving round, interlink the fingers. Feel like you're holding like a beach ball kind of shape, keeping the arms bent, gently pulling on the shoulders, pulling on the arms to gently separate the shoulder blades and take your gaze down to the floor. Lovely. Letting go of the hands, interlink the fingers at the back, pull the shoulders out, open, a bit in the biceps, and then take your hands all the way up and over, trying to use gravity to get your hands to come closer and closer towards the floor. Lovely. Let go of the hands, bend the knees. Woo, bring it all the way back up. Taking the hips from side to side. Take it all the way up and down the middle. And then when you get to the bottom, change direction of the wrists, taking it the other way, all the way back up to the top and down the middle. Lovely. Interlink the fingers. Lovely. Good. Let go of the hands, give them a little bit of a shake. Fold yourself forward. Hands come to the floor. Keep the hips going from side to side. Lovely. And then taking it all the way back up again. Fabulous. Bending the knees, pelvis tucks are under. Squeeze the tush, so I'm really tilting my pelvis under and then taking it back the other way. Tilting it under and back. So just taking it out and under, out and under. So really crunching it in as you tighten at the front. Lovely. And then let's circle it all the way out. Taking the hands, circling across the top, moving the shoulders round as you move the hips round. Lovely. Change direction, hands go the other way, hips go the other way. Open the shoulder over here. Good. And then just bringing it back to the hips. Straightening your legs out, reaching all the way up, fold yourself forward. Feet nice and wide, and we're going to bend one leg. And then straighten that leg and bend it the other side. So just easing into a stretch on the inner side. Up, and over, and over. And over. Lovely. And if this feels okay, we're going to take it through the middle. From here, if you wish to, you can take your hands off, keeping that chest lifted and your hips nice and low. Or if you and your body prefer today, you're welcome to keep your hands on the floor, whichever suits you and your body best today. Lovely. And if you hold up to one side, we're going to flex up the foot, take it into demi point where my ankle is straightening, but my toes pulling up, and then take it into full point where my toes go down as well. Demi, 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 flex, demi, full, demi, flex. Roll yourself around, do around position, just gently take it down. Lovely. Pushing through that front leg, take yourself into your standing lunge. Side balance, reach the foot to the left. Beautiful. Reach all the way forward. Turn that front foot, lower the back knee down and earn your toe at the back. Shuffle the front foot forward ever so slightly, about 10 centimeters. And from here, we're going to straighten out that front leg and then rebend. Lovely. And straighten, rebend. And 3, rebend. And 4, rebend. Each time, 5, taking it a little bit straighter. Increase and stretching more. 7, last one. 8, lovely. From here, straightening yourself, lifting yourself upright, straightening that front leg, squeezing the quad, taking it, exhale, folding yourself forward. Lovely. Feeling the stretch all down the back of that leg. Keeping your leg super straight by squeezing the knee, squeezing the quad, no bend in the knee. Lovely. Just holding it for a little moment. Just letting the muscles touch you. Open, stretch out, release any tension that it might be holding. Lovely. Taking yourself back upright. Big deep breath in again. Exhale, roll yourself forward. And we're thinking about tilting the pelvis away. So we're really deepening that stretch by tilting the pelvis away. Making sure you've got a nice straight leg. If your leg isn't straight, that's your main focus. Super straight leg. Lovely. And you can check out front foot inwards and outwards, just so it stretches all the different parts of the muscle and your back of the leg. Lovely. Lovely. And then down, pushing your way through into the middle, pushing that through into your hips. Beautiful. Holding it here, just easing into the stretch in the hips. Feeling a bit of a stretch here. And then bring your hands 2 and 1 to bring your foot to one side. Circling it around in a circle for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, change direction, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Take your 2 hands to the inside, tuck your toe under at the back, push your hips up, open yourself out to the side, squeeze yourself over, really good side. Come up that front foot, and we're going to take it to demi and full, demi and flexed. Good. Demi and full, demi and flex. Last time, demi and full, demi and beautiful. Roll yourself around. We're now in the lunge on the other side. Back leg nice and straight. Gently taking them hips up and down, warming the hips up a little bit more. Beautiful. Push through that front leg. Take yourself into standing lunge. Find your balance. Reach the hands up. Pelvis tucks under. Push down into the hips. Beautiful. Reach all the way forward. Chest squeeze on your front leg. Hands frame your front foot. Lower your back knee down. Uncurl that toe at the back. Shuffle your front foot back 5 10 centimeters. And you're going to straighten, rebend. Straighten, rebend. Lovely. If it doesn't straighten perfectly, that's fine. Just the more we do, the easier it is for it to straighten. Lovely. Last 3. Last 2. And last one. Straight now. Wonderful. From here. Lifting yourself upright, straightening out that front leg, making sure that front foot is nice and flexed. Take a big deep breath in. Exhale. Focus on keeping that front leg as straight as possible. Flexing up that front foot to stretch out the back of the calf as well as the hamstring. Lovely. And just holding it, just feeling your muscle. Start to feel initially quite tense, and then as you hold it for a little bit longer into every exhalation, you're just feeling it melt into the stretch a little bit more and lengthen out the muscle, starting to feel a little bit more familiar. Lovely. Lift yourself back up. Take another big deep breath in. Exhale, folding it forwards. And the same thing is really focus on the hips and your pelvis. You can tilt your pelvis away. This will deepen the stretch on your hamstring, and particularly the hamstring that goes all the way back underneath your butt cheek. So really tilting the pelvis away to deepen that stretch. But your main priority is that your leg is super straight. Really lovely. Really pushing through your lower back to get that stretch a little deeper. Lovely. One more breath here. And relax. Good work, guys. Plant that foot down. Transition your weight through into your low lunge, pushing down in six. Just hold your hip open as you start to straight out all of the front of your hip here. Lovely. Reaching forward. Hands come one hand either side of your front foot. And we're going to circle our hips round. Good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Hands come 2 hands to the front. So on the inside of your leg, bending your back knee, and then semi-circle your other leg to join it, so you're landing on all 4s. And from here, wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are underneath your hips. And we're going to, first off, I want you to really think about each part of your back moving independently as possible. So pelvis tilts under. So it's just my pelvis that's tilting under. I'm going to shuffle forward so you can see it better isolated. So my back is straight, pelvis tilts under first. Then I bring it into my lower back as much as I can, which isn't a lot for me actually. And then round it through my thoracic spine, and then my shoulders down. I'm taking it one piece at a time. And then from here, to take it the opposite way, pelvis starts first. Pelvis starts to peel up, tilting the pelvis up, taking it into the lower back, pushing my lower back down, and then through my shoulders, chest, pushing through my arms, and then lifting my head up to the sky. So we're almost like waving through our spine. Pelvis goes under, back, push it out through the thoracic, through the shoulders, and go down. Pulling the tummy button in, squeezing the pelvic floors, and then taking your pelvis into the the small of your back, then your thoracics and your chest pushing open, and then taking your head to the side. Imagine your tailbone from your head. Let's do one more. Pelvis goes down, rounding, back, shoulders, and head. Really pushing it through, and then taking it to the pelvis opens up, lower back really pushes through. Then into the rest of your back, so upper back, and then up to neck, and looking back. Lovely. And then take the head round in a circle. So just opening it round, moving through every single stretch here. Lovely. And change direction, taking it your way. Lovely. Good. From here, we're going to tuck your toes under at the back, pushing into your hands, take your butt over your legs, and straighten out the legs. And from here, we're just going to walk one foot to the ground at a time, bending the knees one at a time, just to straighten it out a little bit more. Lovely. From here, I want you to, I feel like my Can't hear me. But your main priority is to open up your lower back. So really push down through your lower back, thinking that your tailbone is trying to look up to the sky. And then you're going to push through your shoulders, bend your arms towards your toes. Get deeper into this. Bend your knees, you're welcome to. Soften those knees. Stretch. Lovely. And really try to straighten the legs as much as you can. Lovely, good. Walk your hands in towards your feet. From here, we're just going to hold it here for a little moment. I'm going to take this off to feel like it's muffling my speech. I want you to hang here for a moment. Either bringing your hands onto your feet, we're folding in half, hands onto your feet, or maybe on the left, as straight as you can. Lovely. Taking your hands up onto your thighs and then lifting yourself up halfway. So you're really straightening out your back. And we're going to fold it forward again. So just folding in half again. The rain is crazy here. It's raining now. All the way back up to standing. Good. So when we do a chin stand, we actually do quite a lot of back bending. It's really quite arched. So we're just going to do a little bit more prep for our back. So when you take yourself lying down, I'm going to just bring my back. So what we're going to do is lie down on our tum-tum. Let me just move this back so I'm full in view. So we're going to be lying down on our tummy. Just get a little bit comfy here. So give your hips a little bit of a wiggle. And then what we're going to do is bring our hands, so our thumbs are next to our armpits, so hands are right next to our shoulders. And I just want you to just gently lift yourself up. Lovely. And then relax it back down. Good. We're going to do that one again. So gently pushing through the hands. And relax the time, really like moving your hands in the work as opposed to your arms. So just gently lifting yourself up and then see if you can take your hands off and not sink back down. So you're really squeezing your back muscles and then replace your hands and relax. Good, lovely. We're going to take it a little bit deeper. So when your hands are your face, I'm going to just push up. And if you feel okay, you're welcome to either keep your hands out here or shuffle your hands. Lovely, and bending it back down, lifting it up for number 2, lifting it up and have a little play around with the hands. The further away from the body, the less intense it is. The closer they come to your body, the more intense the back bend is. Lovely, and relax. Third one, really thinking about it coming from your back, and use your hands for support, but really think about it coming up from your back. Lift yourself up, lovely, and then see if you can take your hands up and try not to move. Keep your back muscles engaged. And then replace your hands and relax it back down. Good. We're going to do some back lifts. So we're just going to take our hands to our temples, squeeze your butt cheeks, squeeze your back muscles, and we're going to lift it up for 10. 9, chest coming off. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On number 1, holding up as high as you can. Hold. And relax. Take yourself onto wall forward and then drop your butt down over your ankles in your child's pose. Forehead down to the floor, just relaxing the back from that position because there's quite some big bends there. Lovely. Take yourself back into your I'm talking to a child when I say talking, my apologies. We're going to do one more bend here. So we're going to push our self back up, and you can choose here whether you want your hands further away, whether you want your hands a little bit closer, or take something to the elbows so it's less intense, whichever you prefer. And then what I want you to do is tilt your neck up. Now this sounds a bit crunchy on your neck, and ease up. All that where it really opens up the throat, but will really kind of be quite a big bend in the back of the neck. So I want you to just get a little bit more familiar with this. And then easing it back down. Good, fabulous. Now, if you've got your mat, you can always chuck it to one side. I don't need mine anymore. Okay, I'm going to do the prep for our chin stand. So you're going to have your hands out in front of you, but what you want to do with your hands, instead of having your fingers facing up, you're going to turn them out. And you're also at the same time, and this happens pretty much automatically, your elbows come in. So my hands are facing up. I hope you can see this with the light in the background. I know it can be a bit tricky. So my hands are facing up, but they're looking out the side. And the elbows are coming in, and they come into my tummy. Now mine, some people will hit their ribs, some people will be closer towards their hips. It really just depends on how long your torso is, basically. But in your tummy, they might be up towards your ribs and towards the hips. Just finding the right place for you. Elbows in, hands coming out. And so what we're going to do, you might want to watch this first so that you can have a little feel of what we're doing. I'm going to bring my chin down to the floor. My hands go on, tilting out, elbows in. My chin comes down to the floor, and I'm going to be pushing, using my elbows as like a little shelf for my body. Same way that we do when we do a flag on the pole, and in some of the moves that I'm a little bit like Gennaro, if you've been working on Gennaro. But yeah, elbows are coming inwards, same way as flag. Flag's the easiest way to kind of explain it. My chin is going to come down to the floor. I'm going to look slightly ahead of where my hands are. So just looking ahead of me to keep that chest lifted. And from here, so I'm going to start hands turn in, bend my elbows, really bring my weight forward so that my chin can come to the floor. And then what I'm going to do is bring my butt up as high as I can. Okay? And then take it back. So you want to start, bring your hands in, elbows in, lean your weight forward so that your chin comes to the floor. And then I want you to take your butt up and keep your legs straight. Okay? Actually, I'm going to use my mat, but pretty much just for my chin, because I'm getting carpet burn. I don't have carpet burn on my chin. Okay, so let's try this together. We're going to start in our plank position. Hands turn out, elbows come in, weight goes forward, chin comes down, elbows are supporting your torso, and walk your butt and straighten out your legs. Lovely. And drop yourself back down when you're ready. So yes, I'm straightening out my legs as much as I can. My elbows are supporting my torso, and I'm really letting out. So my throat feels really like open. I'm going to come and have a little look and see how you guys. I guess it's a really bright room, so I just look like a beacon of light. So we're going to take it to the next stage, and this is where you want to have your chair or your sofa. So I'm going to use my sofa because it's right here, right behind me, which is super handy. So what we're going to do is the same positioning, but we're going to lift our feet behind us. So taking our feet onto the sofa, onto our chair, whatever you want nearby. So everything else starts the same. Or if you've got a wall, you can also push your feet against the wall as well. So there's another option. So I'm starting here. I turn my hands come out, elbows go in, weight comes forward. I need to check I'm actually going to be able to reach the bed, stroke sofa or whatever you've got. Bringing my chin down, okay? And when I'm in this position, looking ahead, and then straightening my legs, and then I'm going to take my feet higher and really think about getting my butt up to the sky. I'm really wanting to just elevate my legs, and then when we're in that position, we're going to straighten our legs as well. So I'm going to do it again. So hands come in, turn them out, elbows come down, weight comes forward, chin to the floor, lift up, straighten our legs, and then lift them up a little bit higher. Trying to tilt the pelvis up. And if you wish to, you can practice taking one leg up and then the other leg up and like that. Yes. Lovely. Okay, great. So yeah, just circle around the wrists if they're feeling a little bit intense. So it's so much lighter in my room. Come to the window, you might be able to see me more like a beacon of white. Lovely. So just give them a little bit of a wiggle, a bit of a shape. Okay, so we're going to take it to the next stage. If you want to just re-practice the previous two stages, with either the feet on the floor or the feet on the bed or the sofa, that's also fine. You're welcome to do that. But if you're ready to take it a little bit more intense, so what we're going to do is take our legs up into the sky. So everything is the same as before, and you're going to lift one leg up and the other leg up. Really squeeze the back muscles, so tilt your butt up over the top, balancing on your chin and on your hands. Okay, so let me move forward a little bit. So I'm going to see hands come forward, tilting out. So tilting out, take myself into my plank position. My elbows bend and my weight comes forward, chin comes down. Propping myself up on my elbows. Lovely. From here, tilting my butt up, lifting one leg, lifting the other. Losing my balance. Play with your balance. Right, I'm trying that one again. Elbows down. Hands out, elbows in, sorry. Coming down. Go up. And taking your feet up. Good. For some reason, I prefer taking my feet up together, although that's very unusual, so that's why I haven't suggested it. But you're welcome to play with it if you wish to. But try taking one foot up and then the other foot up. Squeezing your back, squeezing your butt cheeks. But if you prefer taking your 2 feet up together, like I seem to, my body just seems to find the balance a little bit better, feel free to try that as well, but it's perhaps a little bit more intense. Sorry, it's so bright. And I'll just come under my little head here. Cool, I'm going to have a little look, see how you're getting. Okay, cool. Really good. Just have a little moment to bring your wrists together and give them a little bit of a circle. Sorry if you can't see me very well. I know it's very bright in my house. And change direction, taking it the other way. Lovely. And back again. And forward again. Lovely. And give them a little bit of a wave, just because it was quite intense on the wrists. So I want to just end our little session with a bit of a stretch. I think you've done amazingly well. I'm just going to do a little bit of a stretch for the end bit. I thought about doing handstands to just do some handstand prep for the next little next 15 minutes, but I actually think so just bring your palm up to the sky, fingers on fingers, give a little push there. I actually think we should give our wrists a little bit of a break, because they've had that's quite intense on your wrists. And then just giving it a little way and just gently pulling. Nothing intense here, just gently pulling. Lovely. Other hand up, palms to palms, fingers to fingers, and then pushing it out, stretching all of your forearms, and then turning it over and just gently pushing it out, stretching it out. Lovely. Good. So let's have a little bit of a stretch, and particularly on our lower back, because we've just done quite a lot of stretching in our lower back. So I want you to bring yourself back to your mat. You've got your mat out. Like I have. So what I want you to do is bring yourself onto your child's pose. I want you to bring your butt and really tilt your butt down, so you're really like stretching it out. So I'm not kind of like sticking my butt out. From when I'm sat upright, I tilt my pelvis under, so I'm kind of like slouching pelvis down under, and keep pushing through my lower back outwards to as I come down, to really straighten and lengthen out my lower back. Lovely. Keeping that pelvis down, trying to get your tailbones tucked down towards the floor as best as you can. Lovely, good. And then take yourself back, put yourself up onto your all fours. And we're just going to take that into our rounded position, same way that we did in the warm-up. So pelvis tucks under, round the lower back, push through your thoracic spine, and then tilting the head down. So we're going in the exact opposite position of what we've just done. So you just tilt your hips from side to side, feeling any stretches that you might want to feel. Lovely, good. Taking yourself up onto your feet, I want you to hug around your lower back, around underneath your knees. So from here, I'm going to bring my feet, either bring them together or about hip distance apart, so really quite close together. Then hug, interlink my fingers underneath. You can either interlink your fingers like you're holding somebody's hand, or give them like a little clasp like that. I personally prefer like a little hooky hook that way. I find it grips a little bit better. And then when we're here, we're going to pull on the arms, but I really want you to tilt your pelvis under and push through your lower back. So just straightening out the lower back here, and we're just rounding the back, stretching. I love this stretch from my lower back. It's one of my best. And if you bend one knee at a time, moving your hips ever so slightly, you can just emphasize one side of the back more than the other. Lovely, good. Wonderful, good. Bring yourself back down, and this time I want you to take yourself onto your back. So from here, we're going to be on our back. My knees come up to the sky, and my feet are planted on the floor. I'm going to take my arms out either side of me, and my hands are in line with my shoulders. And then from here, I'm just going to rock my knees. So I really want to pin my opposite shoulder down. Lovely. Back up so your feet are back on the floor and knees in the sky, and then take it over to the other side, and again keeping my shoulders down. Lovely. Taking it back up, go back over to side one, knees drop down, and then turn so that your head is turning the opposite way. Deepen the stretch, and then I'm going to lift my top leg and take it over. I'm kind of crossing my leg over a little bit more. So taking my top leg, which for me is my right leg, and leaning over to my left side, and that leg just lifts up over the top ever slightly to deepen the stretch. Lovely. Bring knees back together, feet together, lifting it up, back up to neutral, and then drop them over to the other side. So this time it's my right side, therefore I'm looking over towards my left side, and take my top leg and just lift it a little bit higher, deepen it into a deeper bend, deeper twist. Lovely. Knees back together, feet together, and taking it back up. Fabulous. From here, I'm just going to shuffle outwards because I'm a little bit too close to the sofa. You want to have a space for your arms to come either side and to have space above you. Okay, so I'm still lying down. My arms are coming out. Then what we're going to do is tilt ourselves over to one side. Okay, so I've got my hips over to one side. I'm going to bring my hands together. So I'm basically lying on my side, my feet and knees are in line, and my hands from palm to palm. And then I'm going to stretch out my top arm. So I'm really stretching it out as wide as I can, taking it further than my bottom arm. And I'm going to reach it all the way up, reaching it all the way up as high as I can, reaching it over. And therefore I might feel a little bit more of a stretch in the upper part of my body. And reaching it all the way back up as high as I can, all the way down, and taking it out as far as I can here before I then bring it back palm to palm. Lovely. Let's try that one more time. So stretching it out, reaching it up, over to the other side, and stretching it out the other way. And then taking it up. Again, the biggest semicircle you possibly can. And then bringing it in. Good. Switching it over to the other side. So we're just going to, I'm going to twist around so you can see more easily, but feel free to just roll yourself over. So you're going to, knees are coming to the other side, and I'm going to start on my side, palms to palms, hands outstretched in front of my face. And then from here, my top arm is going to reach out, reaching it all the way up as high as I can, taking it all the way up and over. Lovely. And then reaching it all the way back up and taking it all the way back over. So it's the biggest semicircle you possibly can. Ready to go again. So reaching out, across and along, and then taking it all the way up and over, round over to the other side. And then taking it all the way back up, reaching it up as big as you can, and releasing it and taking yourself back up. Good. Sit yourself up so you're kind of sat in a little mermaid position, and then bring your legs in front of you. And you want to either choose to have your legs in folded like you're sat at school, or bring yourself onto your knees, whichever is most comfortable for you. And then we're just going to do some neck stretches. So obviously we're doing quite a lot on the neck, and I just want to make sure our neck feels okay. So we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So we're just going to do some nice big shoulder rolls with some breaths, just to get a nice bit of movement going. Lovely. Change direction, taking it all the way back up and round. Lovely. Give them a little bit of a wiggle. Pull your shoulders down, take your ear over to one side. Feeling the stretch down the side of the neck, and then taking it up and over to the other side. Lovely. Taking it back up and over. And back up and over. Lovely. Taking yourself to side number one, lifting that hand up and just place your hand on the top of your head just to deepen the stretch. With the opposite hand pushing away into the ground. Lifting the hand off, switching it over to the side, head comes over ear, pulling down to the shoulder, hand places on, pushing with the opposite hand. Lovely. Lifting that hand off and then taking the head back up, turning your head down so your nose is in line with your nipple, holding it here, placing the hand on, pushing away with the opposite hand, and you should feel the stretch in the side of the neck still, but more around to the back. Hold it here for a little bit longer as we feel any tension start to melt away. Letting go of the hand, lifting yourself back up, turn, take your nose back in line with the other nipple, and then resting the hand on. Just letting any sensations that you feel just come and pass through. Releasing any tension in the back of the neck. Now we're lifting the hand off, taking the head back up, taking the nose directly down, and then insync the fingers at the top, and just place the hands on top of the head, and just holding it here. You don't need to push down with your hands, just the weight of their hands is enough, just to add that extra little bit of pressure to deepen the stretch in the back of the neck. Just breathing through the stretch. Lovely, and then letting it go, and taking yourself back up. Lovely. I hope you've enjoyed that. I actually really needed that neck stretch at the end. I think I underestimated how much I was kind of like lifting my chin up and away and squeezing the muscles in the back of my neck. And that felt really nice to kind of stretch it back out and release it. Probably a mixture of needing it for the chin stands and also just any kind of anxiety I've been holding. I did my food shop today. I always feel a little bit more anxious when I go back out in the outside world. Really good though, guys. Very proud of you all. Let me come and check in with you.